We're on Dragonshire at the RavenCourt. The next game is shaping up, and I'm actually pretty happy because this is one of the games that I pointed out where Macke is now playing, so it's good to see him back. We're obviously at the RavenCourt. Macke jumping in for the season, also so he can qualify and participate in the end of season tournament. On the left side, we got him on Stitches for the blue team. We have Zero on Sylvanas, Starkfey on Dehaka, Evixos on Hanzo, and Morenas is playing Rega for the blue team. For the boys on the right side, though, we got Dino on Lucio. So yes, Dino also signing up for the RavenCourt. Sven is playing Muradin, Marl Karks on Urel, we got Rutsu on Kerrigan, and Limu is playing Vala. So Vala, obviously the main damage dealer for the red team. We still have Kerrigan, but we get an auto attack from Limu. They're hoping to keep him alive here with that front line and with all of these stuns that are being brought to the table by the remaining heroes. But it should be a fairly interesting game, honestly. You got Stitches on one side with decent follow-ups where they can really try to get those isolation kills and use him as a bit of an X-factor. And then, in addition to that, you're looking at Vala. Oh, nice single target! And the kill already against Rega. Well played. Awesome. So, that was pretty well done. We now have up at the top Urel just simply jumping back here, but she's running straight into Sylvanas and takes some damage. Whereas down at the bottom of the map, Kerrigan is now dealing with Hanzo. So going straight up against the Overwatch heroes. And over on the left side, a bit of a chase with Sylvanas, but yeah, all Gucci. Yeah, Overwatch, how's that going, by the way? Overwatch 2, right? Big success from what I've heard. Yeah. I found it so funny when they were all whining on Twitter about like Blizzard not fulfilling their promises with Overwatch 2, and I was just sitting there with, you know, the heroes of the Stormines, and I was like, nah, first time, boys? Blizzard lying? Nah! Say it ain't so! Oh my god, what? Oh, yeah. It's sad. It really is. But okay. We got 1 kill to 0 so far. We have 4 Stitches on level 1, the Patchwork Creation. With this being Dragonshire, you have to, of course, have a lot of global control. This is where particularly Dehaka can really help for the blue team. The auto attack style from Vala will be interesting as the game continues, for sure. And I'm actually really interested to also see what Dino can do with Lucio. Now, first of all, because Dino is playing Lucio, that's in the first place is already wild. But he gets a kill and he takes Rega down. So it doesn't really matter what you give Dino, he is going to kill people. They're also trying to take the camp, but it's a 4 versus 4 since Kerrigan is at the bottom of the map. And now Vala is down, Stitches is dead, but they take the camp. Yes, they paid a price for it, but they're taking more, aren't they? They're going for Dehaka and they eliminate Starkfey too. Okay. Yes, you pay a big price losing Vala here and losing therefore one of the Gambit stacks on her level 1. But with all the kills that they got, plus the camp in addition, I would still call worthier. So, spicy. Yeah, the reason why I'm actually interested in Dino's performance is not only that he is playing a support, but it's more so that he's playing Lucio, who has been banned in, I want to say, 90-95% of the games in the RavenCourt that we've covered thus far. So seeing Lucio having an impact here is wild. And just look at him. He's killing another one. He's taking Sylvanas down now. Dino is wrecking people. He's at 6,600 damage. That is top damage or second damage on his team. Now they're killing Stitches. And he's also higher than most people on the blue team side with Lucio. And gets the Dragonite as well. Dino running circles around him. Quite literally at this point. So they're gonna get some real damage in here. As long as he works with the Dragon's Breath and keeps the Dragonite alive, he should be able to do some work. It's very early in the game, so he doesn't scale too well yet. But it's all about the ability they can throw out here. Now he YOLOs it down a little bit too deep, so that's kind of wasteful on the DK. They're still getting something out of it, don't get me wrong. But the Dragonite is going to expire a little bit earlier here. Or is it? Still get nice value on the fort. I mean, damn son, how much should he get out of that first objective? It's kind of nasty. Well done. So they nearly destroyed the fort in the middle. They lost Kerrigan in the meantime. So the blue team is not just simply sitting there and taking this. And Vala gets chased halfway across the map and dies behind enemy lines. The second death of Limu, and therefore 10% of the attack speed bonus are now lost as well. So we're looking at a real fun one. Couple of adjustments also made. We got the playtime now for Stitches on level 4. Marke so far not really landing the absolute insane hooks, but he's been landing a few. This level 10 is going to be interesting, especially if we're going to get gorged. There could be some interesting combos that will be unleashed. 68 stacks for Vala, so yes, has died twice, but it's also getting good stacks together for herself. So that's at least something. She's trading those deaths. And they're getting another kill. They isolate Marcus. Stitches is a little bit too chubby and gets instantly punished for it. He's going full Lizzo on us and gets eliminated. Sylvanas gets also drilled, so she's down too. And that's another kill for Vala. Job well done. 8 kills to 3. And now we have level 10 approaching for the red team. Nice games. Really nice. But I want to see what happens once that level 10 gets unleashed for the blue team, because all of these mysterious hooks out of nowhere could hit with follow-up gorges once level 10 is in, and particularly, of course, level 13. And already a nice helping hand here. And the follow-up! Nice! This time Lucio just a little bit too far out, gets licked and killed, and they're trying the same play with Sven, and that is another kill. Looking awesome here. Gorge as level 10 is now also being used, and I absolutely love this. Look at it. All of a sudden they're fighting back. They're getting 3 kills in a row. They take down Lucio with a beautiful combo. Then they eliminate Muradin, they eliminate Kerrigan, and they eliminate Vala. They're an absolute tear here. Crazy comeback from the blue team. The second level 10 hits. They are going on a killing spree and they're just not stopping. Fantastic. They steal the camp. Marke could still throw out a bit of a blind hook here, but doesn't. They're hoping to get the damage in down at the bottom of the map. And of course, if you eliminate a few of these forts, you also destroy the opponent's fountain, which then means that you have much easier access to the shrine itself and can get that control. Now, up on top, we have Urel against Dehaka. Down to the bottom of the map, the hook has hit Murden, but he could still jump out. And a bit more vision also now granted by Hanzo. But yeah, we're definitely in for a good one now. Especially with level 13 approaching, Marke can throw out these long hooks, and I just can't wait. It's so annoying when you're going up against the Stitches. If he positions himself nicely, even if you're ahead, there's always the chance that a hook is going to hit your backline, it's going to hit your support. Like here, for example, then a Gorge comes out, and all of a sudden, you might just lose one of your heroes. And Dino is running into exactly that problem. Dino gets killed, glorious hook, exactly the way you need to play this. Arrow, wailing arrow, what a combo! Holy hell! Beautiful! What is happening with the blue team here? I don't even know what to show, honestly. That Gorge and the hook against Lucio, but let's take another look at least that final one. So first, Dino is dying here, and then the follow-up, the arrow, wailing arrow, and the hook, and another kill as Vala falls. Beautiful plays by the blue team. Coordinated so well. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I love this. I really do. The first hook was already fantastic by Marke. They get Lucio, exactly the hero that they needed to hit. Then they can get him past the gate and kill him. And of course that follow-up was just so damn good. Kerrigan can be very happy that there was no Gorge involved for Stitches, or she would have had another problem coming. Hanzo gets killed, so they kind of are asking for trouble here. But there's the Gorge. It's too late, though. Yeah, Kerrigan. No. Yeah, she's still dying. No, she has the Chrysalis cooldown up and saves herself. And it's the end of Sylvanas instead. So the blue team still looking for these kills and doing the best they can to facilitate a few more. But it didn't work out this time. They got very close though. Without the Chrysalis, this would have been the end of Kerrigan for sure. And even with it, it looked for a moment like they might fall. We've seen it already once, and I haven't particularly highlighted it, but it's already been used 2 or 3 times. You've probably seen the Sacred Ground here as is already. So yes, once again the shift over into Sacred Ground for Urel. But here comes the isolation as the Haka approaches and joins the fight. They got full control now. Karrigan could go for the Dragon Knight, and she's already underway. Sylvanas on her way towards the middle. Is she trying to intercept somebody here? No, not yet. They're taking control over the bot lane instead and claim the shrine. And now that Rutsu is here, Sylvanas really needs to get out and does. So yeah, Sylvanas escapes. And, well, the rest of the team catches up, is helping out, and another hook gets thrown out. Yeah, that range is there now. They have the range, of course. And we, in addition to that, also have the meat hook. Camp is about to be claimed, or at least they're trying to. Good position also for Karrigan to land a combo, but she is retaking the shrine instead. Here they go again with the ult of Yrel coming in play. Trying to control the space here more so than anything else. And Muck is barely missing out on this hook. A lot of blind hooks now being thrown by him, trying to find a decent angle and attempting to judge where the opponent will be in a few seconds. It didn't work out 100% here, but that could have been another connect from Stitches. The Haka, the global, being absolutely invaluable for the team now, up at the top. Vala at 32,000 damage, by the way. She's sitting at 122 stacks on her level 1. Has died 4 times, though. So pretty much lost nearly all of the attack speed bonus she gets through the level 1. So at this point, it's just all about the damage. Trying to find also the synergy with Manticore on level 16. Yeah, combo's in. Karrigan, they're fighting for it. Arrow is out. Hanzo went for it. They take the camp too, so now they got the aura access. Starfey gets murdered, but Karrigan should fall as well. She drops the Chrysalis, and Rutsu is still alive. Still alive and kicking. They won't be able to take him down here. So it cost... They took the camp, but it cost them the Haka. And now, not only did that happen, but at the bottom of the map, they have to react to that Siege Giant push before they're losing the fort. And that allows the red team enough wiggle room in the middle to claim another Dragon Knight. That's the second objective for the team on the right. And this time, they will take that mid fort. And very likely also going to claim the fort at the bottom of the map. So they're already hoping to take Hanzo down now. And he's totally isolated. Has no chance here. They were diving behind him. He couldn't escape. That's another kill. That one was avoidable for sure. And the fort is also dropped. 12 kills to 9. Currently, the red team looking very strong and hoping to get access to one of the keeps. Only one that hasn't fallen yet is Yrel, by the way. So Marl Karks has still survived through all of it. Top lane gets now attacked. Not only do they hope to destroy the fort, but they are probably also going to hope for a kill. Yrel gets targeted, and she might get out here. Drops the ult instantly. Lucio has now fallen, so they got 1 kill already. Can they take Yrel down too? And yes, they can. The doggy with a bite, another hook. And Muradin has to pop his ult. Look at that arrow. Oh my god. He dodged the arrow, but he still fell. Hanzo took aim from the other side of the map nearly. That's what it felt like. But Muradin falls despite the arrow not connecting, and with Karrigan retreating at the bot lane, it means they have not lost a keep yet. 12 kills to 12, even experience! Dead even again! These RavenCourt matches are so awesome. Now we have the hit at the top. They're trying for this one too. Uh-oh, and Hanzo will die once more. Yeah, at this point he doesn't have any abilities left that he could use. The Haka, he's trying to get a counter kill on Karrigan. A little chance of that happening. At least they took the fort at the top lane out. So that leaves the red team with only one standing in the middle of the map. Both on the auxiliary lanes have now been destroyed, which means that there's no fountain left any longer that they can rely upon. But yes, nicely done. So, Starkfey, he's now moving back in to clear the waves. We have, in regards to the damage output, 38,000 for Sylvanas. We got 41,000 for Vala. Yeah, and Vala, again, top damage. Really working on her stacks and getting the synergy with those heavy hits on Manticore now. Level 20 talents are going to pop up next, and then it's going to be a question whether we're going to see the Acrobat or whether we're going to see the Farflight Quiver instead. Both, of course, totally viable depending on how you're playing this out in these fights. In addition to that, Lucio, Dino, he's still annoying, being all over the place here. Sitting at 24,000 damage. He's still the second highest damage dealer on the red team and is doing pretty well overall. Has died 3 times though, so they definitely were able to catch him a couple of times here. Urel pushing the top, so 150 stacks now for Vala. Just to give you an update there, so just was able to get herself another quest reward. But the Haka is now the one to deal with the top lane. Has to. So he's moving in, trying to take this out down to the bottom of the map. It's again about the shrine control. And, well, they are giving up a Dragon Knight. Team? Okay. Blue team with a bit of a brain fart here. I'm honestly not quite sure what happened there, but that was a freebie. Nobody interrupting in the middle, nobody going for the shrine. They must have known that somebody is top, because that shrine was claimed a second earlier, so they could have tried to fight for it and claim that position. I guess they were waiting for level 20 and maybe they didn't realize what was going on, but that was a bit of an oversight that they had there. So well executed by the red team, and now they are reaping their rewards here, but that's a bit spicy. Yeah, I don't know, this might backfire heavily. We got the Master Hooker on level 20, but he can't really do anything with it because he gets killed quickly. So Mark is already out, the core is getting attacked, and this is not looking good. Not at all for the red team. 12 kills to 15, they lose Rhaegar, they lose Sylvanas, and now they will lose their game. The Haka barely escapes, so does Hanzo, but that's a victory for the red team. Bit of a brain fart move there towards the end by the blue team. They get punished for it and lose on Dragonshire. GG, well played.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
And we're ready for our next match at the RavenCourt. I'm gonna go over what exactly the RavenCourt is again in a second, because I think there's actually a bit of a misunderstanding around it. But before we do that, let's introduce our players for this map. We have on the left, in blue, Galgulnar on Rhaegar, Fish on Diablo, Sven on Hogger, Lolom is playing Hanzo, and the Shimada brothers are completed by Dino on Genji. Over on the right side of the map, it is Drak here, playing the account Dark Druida on Lucio for the red team. We got Zero on Falstad, Porky on Johanna, Malthael played by Starkfey, and Gavlo on Junkrat. So, a little bit of explanation. A couple of people are seemingly under the impression that this is comparable to either ARAMs or Quick Match, and it is far from it. So the whole idea behind the RavenCourt is that Blizzard's matchmaking is just trash. If you are a player that wants to play on a halfway serious level and you want to play and train, then just going into Hero League, into Storm League isn't really doing anything for you. Most of the games are completely garbage. So what they did is they created an in-house league with a Discord bot that has its own internal MMR where players then get matched depending on their results in those seasons. Nice kill here against Diablo, good for the red team. And there's multiple advantages over what you will see either in a quick match or somewhere else. First of all, the level of play is obviously a lot higher. Second of all, that bot also to an extent takes the main role of the players into consideration. Now we've seen multiple players that role swapped a little bit, so the bot cannot completely do that all the time, but at least for most of these guys, they can play their main role. That's already a huge advantage over what you're seeing in Blizzard's matchmaking. And in addition of that, all of these guys come together at the same time of the day to play these matches out and join voice. So there's multiple levels on why the level of play here is much, much higher. And obviously, as explained previously, this is all funneling directly into an actual tournament that will be played out after this RavenCourt season, where captains will draft from the player pool. So all the players that are participating here, after they played a certain amount of games and won a certain amount of matches, they are eligible for the player pool, and the captains can then draft from that pool, and that funnels all into the tournament that we will cast eventually. These are exposition matches where everybody can just show off their skills a bit and can just, well, make a bit of a statement on why they should be the ones picked for the tournament. So just a little bit of an overview there. Obviously, as explained, there's also the website you can check out. You can have a look at the current leaderboard for yourself, and you will find the link in the description if you want to check this out. Now, when we're talking already about links and everything else, I also want to, at this point in time, give a big shout out to everybody supporting me on Patreon, and big shout out to the patrons at patreon.com/Khaldor. Guys, without you, stuff like this, the casts here wouldn't be possible, so thanks a lot for the loyalty there. I know that I'm not really the most diligent when it comes to social media updates on that platform, but with all the tournaments that we brought over the last couple of years and everything we put in to keep the esports scene alive here, I hope you know that at least I deliver. So, not a man of big words, a little bit ironic forecaster when it comes to the written word, but we are delivering pretty heavily, and it wouldn't be possible without you guys. So, big shout out to all the Patreon supporters. I really appreciate it, and yeah, means a lot. Thank you. Now in the game, we have level 6 now on the board. The Diablo kill that we highlighted earlier was the only one that we had so far. But it seems like the fish might fall for the second time now. And yes, Dibbles is dead. So, Diablo taken. And, well, already with that little lead that we have here, the first tribute should now go over to the red team, as they are starting to take this one. But maybe, you know, with all of the interrupts that we're currently seeing, they can stall this out and wait for Diablo to be back. He's already back in the game and is now making his way over. Level 7 was a little bit sooner. We now get the touch of death after throwing shade. And Diablo is back to business. Alright, so we might in for a fight for the first tribute after all. Genji and Falstad still fighting it out in the middle. It's also cool to see Dino now in more of these games. As I said, we had so many players joining the latest round of RavenCourt matches. Also, quick highlight here. If at any point you're seeing a match where there's no draft attached, the reason is fairly simple. It's not because I said, like, I hate drafts, but it's simply because I can't cast all the games live. There's multiple lobbies at the same time, multiple games that take place simultaneously, so I always have to pick one, but eventually I will take some additional games and cast them from replays, especially the higher MMR ones, or the ones where we have players that we couldn't cast a lot during the day. So every time you see a game without a draft, that's the explanation as to why. 3 kills to 0, so the red team is continuing their little streak here. Now, this in and of itself doesn't really mean a whole yet, because we've seen so many comebacks in the RavenCourt matches that it is borderline insane. Good interrupts are also happening, but I guess eventually Porky is going to be able to grab this one, and he gets interrupted again. Dino now is the one that comes in, and they can't claim it. We're 5 minutes in and the first tribute has been taken. Like, what the hell? The blue team has not given up on this. The Shimada brothers are doing what they do best. They piss the opponent's team off. And I can't, it's insane. How can they just interrupt this for so long? The red team thought they had it. They really thought they had it locked down, and now they might lose out on it. Falstad doesn't fly, but now the situation has been reversed a bit. The problem is that the red team is going to get level 10 any moment now. They're going to get level 10 super quickly, and I guess that should finally put an end to it. But yeah, this is still objective number 1. Which is crazy. Honestly crazy. This has been stalled out for an eternity. Now we have the Blessed Shield. They cannot go out and try to do anything here. Unless they get a kill somehow. Unless Dino is able to get that kill in the backline, and he can't. Gavlo is still alive on Junkrat. And is, yeah, trying his best here. They are hoping to get it, but they still can't. And level 10 is close now on the left side too. Both teams are gonna get it. That's crazy. 6 minutes in and the first tribute has not been taken. Now we got the Shockwave, we got Ancestral Healing. Dino is in the middle, going up against Darkfey, moving towards the top. Could actually start to threaten Falstad now. Did they not tell him that Genji's coming? Alright, apparently they did. Dino goes deep, and they have to gust him out, or he would have killed Falstad. It gives a numbers advantage to the red team for the moment, though, at the bottom of the map. At least if Malthael moves his bony ass down to the tribute, which he now does. So there's a chance to try and make that happen. Okay. Let's see what else they're gonna do here. Yeah, they're interrupting again. 7 minutes in nearly. Still the first tribute not taken. And look who's comfortable at the top lane. It is Hogger. Doing his thing We have still no kill for the blue team, but of course it's only a matter of time until Dino will find a kill somewhere. Last rights on Rhaegar, and they get another one. Genji is in deep, and he gets one. The rest escapes. How did Khaldor and Draco both get out of this? Only able to kill one. Dino takes on Malthael, and the aspect of death, the angel of death, goes down. Dino gets the tribute. Finally, after 7.5 minutes, it's taken. And over on the right side, they are now claiming even half of the HP on the fort itself. It's a bit of a wild start into the game here. I love it. I absolutely love it. Delaying the tribute for such a long time, now focusing on the objective. Malthael with a kill against Rhaegar, thanks to his ult, was of course also able to pick up 1 stack for his heroic ability. So we have him with a bit of cooldown reduction now too. And Falstad is a bit ambitious today, isn't he? Going up against the boss solo, the golem? I don't really think so. Lucio is back in. Another Lucio game, by the way. Another game where Lucio has not been banned out. Haven't seen too many of these though, but I believe this is the second. Yeah, one thing that you learn in Heroes of the Storm, always dodge out on the circles. You see a circle, run away from it. Yeah, there's another one. Those circles are fine. Those circles are absolutely fine. So, 13 is on the board. They got a talent advantage. Arrow, okay. Lucio is hit. There's the X strike. Yeah, Dino dodging out on the Gust too, but not able to get the kill. Junkrat isn't here, so Junkrat is still at the bottom of the map and is now trying to escort those siege giants a bit deeper. Up at the top though, we have the fort attacked. And even in the middle, we're getting another push presented to us by Starkfey in this case on Malthael. Yeah, Dino is also jumping into the bush and immediately gets welcomed by 2 heroes that were hiding there too. Should be able to get out easily on the other hand. But the damage is still there. So down here, as you can tell, with Hogger now moving in, yes, he can stop that. But that's more damage suffered on structures. And if you just look at the minimap, you can tell that pretty much all of these forts have taken a certain amount of damage already. And the one in the middle has nearly been destroyed. And they were apparently thinking that maybe there's a move for the boss that they can capitalize on. Hasn't happened thus far, but they're of course close. So they know about the position here. They know also about the mid fort, which they can take down easily, and they claim it. No problem. They go for it right away. And talking about going for it, it seems like they also want to go for Malthael. Not only does the doggy jump in for the bite, but we have Hanzo with another arrow, and he hits home. So yeah, well played. 1 tribute on each side. Dino jumping out. It seems like they have a very good shot at claiming tribute number 2 for themselves. They are behind in kills. They've suffered structural damage, but at least on this particular account, they're going to take the lead now. They might even be getting a bit more here. They go for Porky and try to put Joanna into some trouble. But no chance of making that happen. Didn't even have to use the Iron Skin, so good for Porky. And the fish also hoping for wall stun. Couldn't get the angle here. Still very close. Now it's Hogger that gets ping-ponged around and killed. Well played by Gavlo. Good follow-up on the stun. Placed the mine down quickly and was able to facilitate that kill. So now they are 3 kills ahead. They have 5 kills to 2. Looking good here. Down to the bottom of the map. Malthael all alone. Up at the top though. They're not only trying for structural damage, but also to take fish down. Couldn't quite pull that off yet. But we have level 16, and that changes things, of course. All of a sudden, you're running a talent advantage over your opponent, and you can try to take this on. Dino is still attempting to poke him out as much as he can, and obviously he's looking for opportunities to get a kill, especially when we're talking about Junkrat or about Falstad. He's going to be there and try to eliminate them. If they present him with an opportunity, then he is going to claim it. But looking at the map, all 3 forts on the blue team side have now been destroyed, so the red team is really starting to take control of the map and doing a great job with this. They have catapults that are now spawning on every single lane. If they're able to take a keep down too, that would be the dream here. But we're not there just yet. On the damage, Looking at the numbers, we got 30,000 for Junkrat, and we got also 30,000 for Hanzo. And they are going for the boss. The blue team has decided, even before they hit level 16, they want to take the boss here, want to remove it as quickly as they can. And with both teams being in possession of 2 tributes each, they kind of gotta go for the curse, but it seems like they don't really care. Genji is going to be too late. That's not happening. Wow. Okay, he might die for this. He went real deep there. Big arrow though, really big arrow. Dino, you master baiter. He baited him into the corner, into the arrow, and what I thought was a sure curse for the red team turns into a kill for the blue team. They take down Lucio. Diablo gets killed, so the fight isn't over. But damn, Genji swift striking in, getting the kill, and surviving as the X strikes out. Nicely done. They got Jojo, so she's dead. Rega able to kill her. But holy hell, what a turn all of a sudden here. Nicely done. Boss at the bottom of the map is going to capitalize on this now too. So yes, this fort is going to be destroyed 100%. Genji was hoping to interrupt Falstad from hearthing back. That could have been a quick one. And in the middle of the map, they're now also going for the next wall and therefore also the next fort. So they want to repay them. They want to make sure that they're now destroying every single fort, at least on the red team side, and maybe a bit more than that. But massive turnaround here by the blue team. And it all happened because they took the boss at the bottom of the map, then they moved towards the tribute and were able to take it. To interrupt it first, of course. That in and of itself was already an absolute masterpiece by Dino. It also baited the red team to cluster up. And then the arrow, once they clumped up, was just there at the perfect moment, hit 4 of them, and they could finally follow up on it. Now the forts are all destroyed. And they're trying to go for the boss, as it seems. Okay, I guess this is going to get sniffed out eventually. Fish is already attempting to interrupt, or at least to safeguard that play. They haven't really done too much damage on the boss yet. Falstad is down at the bottom of the map, so for now it's a 5 versus 4, but the birdie flies in and turning it into an even fight. Yeah, not too bad. Forts all destroyed. The fish, yes, the last ride. The ancestral too late. Bye-bye Diablo. But just look at this. Another kill. Junkrat down. Falstad down. Lucio runs away even faster than Anduin, employs the French defense here. Genji gets finally caught out and killed, but Malthel had to pay the price for it too. 8 kills to 7. The red team ahead in experience, but with a 3 versus 2 situation on the map, it seems that the blue team is still having hopes to go for the boss. They got Hanzo and they got Hogger here, but of course there's also Johanna to take care of. So let's see what they can actually do with that. Off we go, 7 kills, 2-8. They are fighting this all out, and particularly Lucio has to be careful. But the boss is taken, and that is another big hit that they have through the top lane. In the middle, they can take down the camp and the minions, get some more experience, maybe even catch up. Next stop is, of course, level 20. Yeah, and defense at the top has to also be on point, because you don't want to lose the entire wall over at the top side keep and open that up for the opponent. Now, there's one thing that still plays into the hands of the red team, and that's not only the earlier level 20. In addition to that, they also have 2 tributes. So if they win a fight and they can go for tribute number 3, then it would be their opportunity with a curse on the opponent's team to go and take a few more structures down. And they're going to try exactly that. Level 20 for both teams any moment now. Hanzo has not died yet, by the way. So Lolom has not fallen. He's the only one that has still 0 deaths. Again, the Farseer's Blessing. In addition to that, we also got the Mix and Fire, and we got the No One Can Stop Death. And off we go. Another hit is coming. Yep, there they go, trying for Diablo and poke him out a little bit as he's attempting to secure the flank for them. Nice, well done. Gavlo being chunked down to 50% pretty much immediately. The arrow followed, but the heals came through, and that saved the day for Junkrat in particular. But the rest of the team was also taking pretty heavy punches here. Now it's 20 versus 20 with the Tribute spawning any second now. And of course, they're looking for that kill. They wanted the X-Strike already out there. Went into the cooldown reduction. And is going to have another one ready in a moment. But the blue team loses Hogga as he's going for the spin to win and loses the day. Ancestral this time providing value. The last ride not successful. Falls dead down. Malthael down. But no one can stop death. Can they get another one? Hanzo, he finally gets killed. His first death, but they are leaving a bloodbath. Cursed Hollow gets turned into a graveyard. 11 kills to 10. And now Junkrat is dead too. They took the entire team down. A full 5-man team wipe. With Malthael buying his way back into the game. 12 kills, 2-2. Still at the bottom of the map. They have to take this one down, which they will. And the boss can now also be claimed, or should be claimed, by the blue team. So for now, we got 59,000 damage for Genji. We got 55,000 for Hanzo. And 59k also for Junkrat. So the three of them doing the best that they can here. Boss will, of course, be taken. And now we're 18 minutes in. So this boss is going to start to hit a little bit harder. First Tribute also for the blue team. Next one is now spawning top. They still have a chance of picking this one up, depending on what the red team decides to do regarding the boss. And then it would come down to which team takes the next Tribute again. So that's the bigger question. 5 deaths on Diablo, by the way. So Fish has been the punching ball of the red team. Genji sitting up at the top. The pings are happening. Falstead currently the only one to go down to the bottom of the map. Junkrat seems to be helping out. And I guess they're going to let this one slide. Alright, they let the Tribute go. They decide that they have to prioritize the defense on the boss. So Lolom gets the channel for free. Both teams now with 2 Tributes once again. Very similar situation to what we had previously. Since the curse, both of the Tributes went over to the blue team, and now they have another opportunity at a curse. Opening that bot lane up with the boss was also important, and they're focusing on the remaining camps on the map, which in this case means the Siege Giant camp on the top left. So, with that, we now have 1 Tribute coming up at the bottom right, and this is obviously positioned a little bit better for the red team. Forts are destroyed, so the situation's changed a little bit. And yeah, there we are. Hits are coming. Okay, so we already have them getting some vision thanks to Hanzo. And at the same time now, everybody is trying to get into a decent position for all of this. 22 to 21. Slow pokes. Minions getting escorted through. Double catapult in the middle. Dino destroying another catapult. Siege Giants at the top, including catapults here. So that could put pressure onto the keep. Keep in mind that this wall has been opened up partially earlier. And Dino is still flanking in. Still flanking in a little bit and looking for slow poke that could allow them to get a kill eventually. This is going to decide which team takes another curse. This is going to be the one. But yeah, off we go. Right now, are we getting a hit? Well, 12 to 10, and Falstad has to retreat. He needs to safeguard the top keep. Cooldown reduction on these X-Strikes is also coming in. This time it didn't get a lot though. Here comes the Gust after the Hellgate initiation. Still Siege Giants up at the top and they get the kill. Falstad flying in, hitting the wind tunnel and hitting it hard. Hogga falls as a matter of fact shortly afterwards. Catapults griefing again. Hiding behind those Siege Giants, but damage is done regardless. They're hoping for a counter kill and they really need it. The blue team is desperate right now. They need that kill and they need it quickly. Malthael has his ult, uses it, and they just cannot get the kill on Diablo. No, they can! Diablo is dead. Diablo dies with the damage over time. So this is a 5 versus 4. Diablo has also lost his souls. Is now trying to make his way back into the fight. The keep at the top lane has already fallen. Malthael has retreated to stop all of the minions there. But the tribute hasn't been taken yet. Khaldor, he still falls. Fish does his best to save him, but he can't. Oh boy, oh my god. So, with that, we now have 13 kills to 13. The curse is hitting. What a game again. Look at this. Top keep is gone, but with the curse, they now have a big opportunity. Rega is down for another 40 seconds. The question is always, how much more damage can they do right now? How many keeps can they destroy? Can they get more kills? If they pick kills up now, they could even go for game. This is going to be the big difference here. 6 deaths on Diablo, and Fish obviously has lost his stacks. There's the Blessed Shield. They try to suck him back in again. Gets flipped over, and the X-Strike, the last rights. Diablo gets out, gets gusted, and is alive. He's alive. He's dead. He's dead. Killed by Porky, who also dies. Genji got a kill. Now they're following up on Sven. What an insane game. The blue team, they defend. Their blue team defense. Oh my god, it's bonkers. Diablo dying, but so does Jojo. They also lose Falstad and they lose Malthael. Dino starting to pop off here, and now there's a boss at the top that they can claim. It's a 4 versus 2, and if they take this boss, it's gonna march directly for the core, which is why they're abandoning their bot lane currently. They're abandoning the bot lane, which means this keep is gonna fall. Now, the keep is gonna get destroyed. Well, is it? I think it's gonna get destroyed. Maybe the minions can take it down beforehand. But this is the important part. The boss at the top. This is the important one. Even with Diablo down, this is where it hurts. And let's see if they can pull it off. By the way, keep is still here. Not for much longer with the catapult now pushing in, but the idea is, of course, to end the game here. If they can pull it off, they're not gonna care. And Diablo is now moving down to the bottom of the map, trying to take the catapult down. But if they want to defend there, they need to also make him take the siege giants out. Fight or not fight? That's the question. They want to gust, they do gust, and they force him into the fight. But that also means they're not defending against the boss right now. There's the Ancestral, the kill, the double kill. Rega and Hogga are both gone, and they got all the time in the world to defend. And look at Diablo. He arrives too late at the bot lane to save the keep. They called him up towards the top and told him, dude, we need you here. Come up and help us. And instead, he came up. He should have stayed at the bot lane. They needed to make a choice. Either go there right away or just leave it be. 73% on the core now. And of course, at this point, with 16 kills on each side, there's the same play being made by the red team now. They're making the exact same play. The whole idea here is take the boss and end it. We're 24 minutes in. And look at Genji, look at Diablo. They're realizing what's going on here. So they have to force them to Hearthstone back. They need to force them to Hearth back and get catapults on the core. That's the idea right now. Currently, nobody's flying, nobody's hearthing. Falstad is coming in, he has the wind tunnel. He has Wind Tunnel. Genji is poking the shield down. Catapults are coming in. Genji against Falstad. The rest of the red team is trying to end the game right now. Core is at 55%. Core is at 50%. There's the Wind Tunnel. Genji X-striking out. 40, 37%. Genji is dead. And 37% is all that he's gonna get there. Genji is down. Dino has been defeated. The push at the top has been stopped. And now they're going for the bot lane. Oh, what a game! It's a 5 versus 4 once that Falstad is back. Currently they're dead even. It's a kill of Malthael! Malthael is down, but the core is falling. It's falling too quickly. They cannot take the boss down as it seems. Boss with a big stun, the core at 60%. It's too little too late. They're doing their best, but it's not going to work for them. It was a great idea by Genji, but it didn't force enough of them back. Diablo is now down, and that's the end of the game. At the red team takes the game, turns it around, and claims victory. GG.